Hey guys, Perry Kwok here from PK Studio. Today I want to show you how I created this levitating photo of my son flying off of his bike tricycle, um, where it looks like he's going at a speed and he ran into this piece of rock and causing him to tip over and flying off his tricycle midair. Um, no kids were harmed. This is just a Photoshop, and this is how I created it. So first, I have a photo of him, or I have the bicycle or the tricycle, basically with the one of the paddle sitting on the ground, causing this tilted position. Um, and to the right of the photo, I have my son. I told him to act like he's just flying, and while I'm holding him up, as you can see, I'm trying to hold on to him without covering too much of his shirt or his body, because the more you're covering your object, the more you have to Photoshop. So I'm trying to flatten out my palm as much as I could. Um, while over here, I have no choice but to go all the way around his chest and covering most of his part of his face and most of his shirt. But we'll get to how I go fixing this part later on. I actually did another shot. See, with this portion, I'm holding on to him at a different position or different spot of his body. That way, it opens up. Um, see, on his jeans, I could have used this shot right here to clone, and we covered this area. And same thing as I think part of his arm, or maybe not. Let's see. Oh, okay. So this shot, I can use his shirt. I could recover most of, you know, whatever I could recover from these couple images. So let's get started. I also have a photo with just a plain background, which is the key to this editing. So of course, with the tripod set, with the camera set on the tripod, so I make sure all these shots with the same background. That's another key to success in this edit. So I grabbed the background layer, copied it, pasted it onto right on top of this layer, and just turn the opacity to make sure they're aligned, which they are. So I'm gonna create a layer mask, and I'm gonna hold Control and hit I. That's basically inverting the white to black. And I'm gonna grab my brush tool, and also I'm gonna hit X or click this little guy right here to change the between the foreground color and the background color. I'm gonna start painting in the mask in white. That way, it's bringing back the bottom layer. We're gonna zoom in. We can turn up the hardness if needed, just to make sure we have the clean edges, and adjust your brush size as well. Just gonna start painting in these areas. Doesn't have to be perfect for now. We can always go back and clean it up And I'm doing this with my mouse just to show you, I could have done it with my tablet, but for this, we can get away with it. So we'll just continue to paint, some of the areas not so critical, like no one can really tell. So, and if you do paint too much over it, you can always hit X and switch your mask color to bring it back. So let's continue to paint this area. I call that pretty good for now. Okay, we'll work on the rest of the area. We can turn up the brush size here and just get rid of all this. Okay, now we're gonna go back in, make sure we have the hardness back up, that way we don't blend into the object that we need to keep. Just gonna go over these really quickly. Okay, I'm gonna continue to zoom in just to get the little area details. Okay. Oops. And again, I'm doing this with my mouse here, so it would be much easier if I use my tablet and my pen. Okay. Not everyone has a tablet, so I want to show you that it doesn't have to be done with one. Okay, we'll stop right here for now. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how we cover these area. And let's see, how we clean up my shadow as well. So this is my son's shadow and this is my shadow. So we do want to get rid of my own shadow, and this doesn't have to be perfect because no one can tell. Okay, just have to make it look like it makes sense. Maybe something like that. Looks like it makes sense, I guess. Or actually, let's go back. Let's round this up so it looks like it could be his elbow. There you go. Yeah, no. Let's get rid of all this. Smooth it out. There you go. Okay. So let's fix this for now. We'll go back. We'll grab this part, make a copy, paste it in, and just move it somewhere near, match the angle a little bit, turn the opacity. Let's see, I think something like that would do. Okay, now create another layer mask, Control I, invert the color. So we're gonna start painting in. For something like this, we want to blend in, so we want to turn the hardness to be the softest setting, and we'll just paint in these like so. Okay, I'm not sure we want these trees, so once again we have to clean this up with a hard edge. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not a good idea. Let's see, we could do that. Yep, we could do that. And let's go back and paint in these area. Okay. Now we do want these to blend in, so once again we're gonna turn the opacity, and looks like we could do some work here as well. Okay, so for something like this, I'm gonna basically grab a clone tool and let me create a copy of the entire 3 layers by press and hold Control Shift Alt and E, and that's gonna basically merge everything and create a new layer for it. And so I'm gonna use the clone tool to clone these area. I'm just gonna grab a sample here and just paint over these. There you go. Okay, so the last thing we need to do here is clean up my hand over here and little part covering his mouth. So we're gonna grab this picture right here. This doesn't need to be really perfect. It could be pretty much any way, as long as it makes sense, because no one knows what a wrinkle shirt is supposed to look like. So create layer mask, invert once again, and we want to paint in white color. We're gonna bring back the Mickey Mouse from his shirt. Right around his arm we want to turn up the hardness, and once again if we overdo we can just paint it over again. Smaller brush. Okay, and we're gonna continue to actually something like that works. Like I said, no one knows what it should look like. So this will be the edge of the shirt, so I want it to be really sharp, even sharper. Okay, and for this part we want to blend in the shirt, so we'll do that. And then let's fake a crease line here by going over it like this, maybe a little higher, something like that. That's gonna look like it was part of the wrinkle, right? Okay. Let's see. I think I see my hat sticking out here. What we could do is select this, change my brush size. Hate this. Okay, we'll just do manually. Something like that. And then once again we're gonna use the clone tool. Just clone over this. There you go. And looks like we're in trouble with this area. See if I can. So just highlight these. And looks like we're gonna use the clone tool again. Let's clone part of this area to replace this. And for any blending, we want to use a softer brush, something like that. There you go. And let's see what I'm gonna do with the lip. Do I have a photo that I can use? Nope. Not this one. Probably not. We'll just paint it in, or see if we could do this. Make a copy, stretch it out, paste it here. Make it another mask layer, and let's clean this up. Not bad, not bad. It's pretty good for now. And then we'll just use the clone tool to finish this up. And whenever you're done recovering the photo with the mask layer mask, I like to create a new copy of everything. That way I can start cloning in areas that I need. I think this is looking pretty good for now. Okay. Now let's zoom it out and see if it looks good. Yeah. Maybe turn this a little down so the change is not so obvious, because we do want it to blend in. Okay, it's pretty good. So let's see. Maybe I will fix the shirt a little bit right here. We'll make this crease line more realistic. Let's turn this up. Something like that, maybe even higher up. And just go. There you go. So this is just a quick edit for demonstration purpose. And if I were to take my time, it would look more realistic. Although it's to me it looks not bad, especially if you're not zooming in to look at the details. When it's zoomed out, it looks pretty good. And so this is the final image that I did a while back. Looks pretty good. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you would do it differently. Leave a comment, like it if you want, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks.